idea that, he wanted to do the nasty, and so, we were doing the nasty, and all of a sudden I look over, and he looks over, and there's a grandfather of his son, and the father's son. Like,
so it was a grandfather,
three
son,
generations, and the son, the grandson, and they're all standing there watching.
Watching you two. How old was the youngest? How old was the kid, the little kid?
I couldn't say for sure, but he was young. Like, young. Like
7, 8 years old, maybe?
I would, what did you say?
He didn't even know what was going on.
I don't think, I don't.
They were too far to even.
How long have they been watching you? How did they respond? What did you guys do?
They were very, smiley and happy. When we walked by and we see how happy they were.
So, I freaked out, because I was like, oh my gosh. We just went, literally public, and so I hurriedly put everything back on again. And, mind you, we're on this, it's like a little pier that goes out basically a quarter into this pond. So, I mean, you could, all around, you could see it. I was for 126 grams of cocaine and some types of grams of fentanyl or something like that. So, but when the raid happened, they bashed her windows in, ripped her electric meter off her wall, and made her house not livable. It's Immaculate Heart of Mary School in Still River, Mass. And it's run by the slaves of Immaculate Heart of Mary. Wonderful, wonderful people. I would not be who I am today if it wasn't for them.
So it was a religious establishment, and
yes.
You love those people. They did you right.
They're my family. We still talk every once in a while, but I lived with them from 5th grade until I graduated high school.
So,
I was very naive about 4 years ago. I didn't grow up the street life. I grew up in a private Catholic school run by Catholic nuns, old rite, Latin Mass, right? And, I didn't know what marijuana was until after I graduated high school. My name's Angie.
Angie, and how old are you?
I'll be 28 tomorrow.
28. You look young. You look a lot younger than 28. When you're 50, you're going to look 25.
So I'm told. It runs on my mom's side of the family. We all look young.
So how long have you been homeless?
Altogether, a year and a half.
Okay.
But who was taken advantage of by a lot of other homeless, and she had opened her house to us, and her house got raided, and we were the collateral damage.
House got raided by the police?
The Clearwater Police Department.
Oh, wow. Clearwater PD, huh? What were the charges? What were they looking for? What happened from that?
They tried to get her with operating.
Angie, do you have kids?
I do. I have kids, but I don't have custody of them. He really likes the stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Of stuff.
So, do you have
2 children? 2 girls, beautiful girls, Lily and Sophia, and Zoe Anastasia.
How old are they?
Lily will be 7 in September, and Zoe will be 4 in.
Part of the country do they live in?
Or this side, the eastern side. My oldest lives in New York, and my youngest lives in Florida.
Okay. How often do you see the youngest one?
I don't, and I don't see my oldest either. My ex-husband has full custody of her. I have full visitation rights, but that's a whole nother matter in itself.
Okay. Do you miss your kids?
Very much.
If you had a message, Zoe and who?
Lillian?
Zoe and Lillian. Zoe is the youngest.
Yes.
If you could give a message to Zoe in case she ever sees this, for any reason coincidentally comes across it, what would you say to Zoe?
That I love her very much, and I'm sorry for my selfish decisions, and that I hope one day that she'll understand why things went the way they went, and that hopefully she'll forgive me and never ever settle, and just remember that she is the queen, and she deserves the best, and that goes for Lily too.
What was your upbringing like? Where'd you grow up?
I was born in Worcester, Massachusetts. I was adopted at 6. And for 4 years, I lived with my adopted parents, who then decided that they just wanted my little brother, who's my biologically, or blood related. They didn't want.
Do you guys have sex sometimes outside?
I mean, we have. I'm maybe not as much of a fan of it as I used to be when we first started dating. I mean, you don't realize how dirty it is to be out here.
Oh yeah, no, I can
You put your
imagine.
blankets on the ground and you think that it's going to protect you from the dirt, but I mean, you wash those blankets 2 weeks later and the water's black. So I'm very no. Like, we're gonna have. I make him wait, and he's a champ. That's just that. Well,
So he's patient. He's understanding.
He's more than patient.
Well, that's really cool, man. And bravo, sir. Good job. That's very nice. You can be patient.
It does put a little thrill on sex, I guess, being outdoors. But you know, there's always that chance, like, you know, some little chance that a cop rolls around the corner and there you go, off to jail for public indecency. So.
Do you ever worry about getting pregnant, being homeless?
Yes, I do. I guess I wish I had never moved here, ever.
How often do you get bothered by the police?
I have been woken up by the police probably 6 or 7 times in the last 2 weeks. A lot of them, I have to put out a shout out to Officer Byers. She's a doll face. She's understanding. She's nice as can be. But
Female Officer Gyers.
Byers.
Vyers.
Viars.
Viars. Clearwater Police?
Yes. She's so sweet. And
what's the worst experience with the police?
I wouldn't say it was out when I was living out in the street, but it had to be the raid. That had to have been the worst experience I've ever been. The raid that.
Oh, the raid. Okay, what department was that? Was it Clearwater PD? Yeah, you said it was. That's right. I remember.
PD, we had the SWAT team. Oh my gosh, I have PTSD. Like, I can't. If I hear a siren, I start shaking. That's how bad it is. But I mean, I'm not trying to put Clearwater Police Department down at all. I mean, a lot of them, they're out. They have a job to do, and we, as homeless people, need to remember that. You know. But as to the future, I hope that I can find work soon, which shouldn't be too hard, and we can save up, you know, to get a little small place at least. But it's expensive.
Very expensive to live around here.
I mean, with $6 we can only get, you know, maybe 1 soda, Pop-Tarts, can of spaghetti.
You on food stamps?
I do have food stamps.
Okay, good.
My last month was this month, so I'm waiting to hear back.
You gotta renew.
But it gets depressing out here because, you know, a lot of people they treat you a certain type of way and don't stop to think, maybe, hey, you know, wonder what they actually went through. You know, maybe it's not just drugs that they're, you know, staying out in the street for. You know, maybe it's actually something that they really, you know, a hardship that they went through. And, you know, we would appreciate any help that's given, whether it's just food or just, you know, a prayer or two, you know, just to, you know, stay positive. But we hope to get off the streets. I want to move out of Florida. I don't know about him. I want to leave. I hate it here.
It does get hot in the summertime. Must be tough being homeless.
Especially being
Oh my
fair-skinned.
gosh. It's so hot.
Especially what?
Being fair-skinned.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I definitely appreciate it. We got your phone number now.